Dear children, in this session we are going to learn about the chapter The Sound of Music. This chapter is classified into two parts. Both deal with the aspects of music and the legendary musicians who achieved excellence in their respective fields. The sound of music expresses the power that music has. It transcends all differences of region, religion, disability, and language to encourage and inspire. Music has a universal language. The story explores the theme of hard work, perseverance, and diligence can defeat disability and obstacles. The drive to achieve something helps an individual focus on the work rather than the difficulties. With patience and sincere effort, nothing is out of reach. First part is about Evelyn Glennie, who, in spite of being deaf, earned a name in the field of playing the xylophone. Before we start, let me introduce the character of the first part. She is Evelyn Glennie. Evelyn Glennie is the only classical percussionist in the world of music who has made a solo concert career of beating, crashing, and banging objects. She has been awarded a long string of awards, including a 1988 Grammy and 15 honorary doctorates. Glennie, born in 1965, was raised on a farm near Aberdeen, Scotland, where she took piano lessons and played the harmonica and the clarinet. Now let's move on to the story. It was rush hour at the underground train platform. A slight, nervous-looking girl stood on the platform. Her name was Evelyn Glennie, and she was excited for her first day at the Royal Academy of Music, London. Evelyn's journey from a Scottish farm to the Royal Academy had not been easy. Her journey, however, was marked with her determination to exceed expectations. Evelyn Glennie was very fond of music and wanted to make it her life slowly. She lost her sense of hearing. It was noticed when she was 8 years old. By 11 years, she was completely deaf due to nerve damage. The specialist advised that she should be fitted with hearing aids and sent to a school for deaf. For Evelyn, everything suddenly looked black. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. A girl playing a xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. All the teachers discouraged her except one, that is, Ron Forbes. Ron Forbes was the percussion teacher at her school who recognized her potentials. He drilled her by playing two large drums to different notes. He trained her not to hear but feel the music through various parts of her body. This proved great of her, and the rest was her strong determination and hard work. She traveled the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the Academy. She gradually left the orchestral work and started giving solo performances. Of her 3-year course, she had received most of the top awards. In 1991, she was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award. She has been awarded a long string of awards including a 1988 Grammy, and 15 honorary doctorates. She explains that music flows through every part of her body. It tingles in the skin, her cheekbones, and even in her hair. When she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sound passing up the stick into her fingertips. By leaning against the drums, she can feel the resonance flowing into her body. On a wooden platform, she removes her shoes so that the vibrations pass through her bare feet and up her legs. Evelyn is a perfect example that this ability cannot stop a person to achieve if he or she is determined and works hard towards it. Evelyn earned many awards and rewards. She has given enormous pleasure to millions. Evelyn's success mantra is: if you work hard and know where you are going, you will get there. This is her own words. Now let's move on to the second part. We come to know about Bismillah Khan, a Shehnai maestro who has achieved excellence in the field of Shehnai playing. He was awarded Bharat Ratna in 2001 in recognition of his contribution in the field of music. Pungi was banned and then revived. Emperor Aurangzeb had banned the playing of a musical instrument called pungi in the royal residence because it had shrill and unpleasant sound. A barber of a family of professional musicians decided to improve the tonal quality of pungi. He played the improved instrument before a royalty and everyone was impressed. The instrument had to be given a new name as the story goes, since it was first played in the Shah's chambers and was played by a ney. The instrument was named as Shehnai. Children, did you hear the sound of a pungi? Now I'll play the video and you just listen it. Musical instrument is called pungi. So Aurangzeb had banned the playing of musical instrument in the royal residence as it had a shrill and unpleasant sound. Now let's listen the sound produced by Shehnai. Ustad Bismillah Khan brought Shehnai to the classical stage. The sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious, and for this reason it is still played in temples and is an inseparable component of any North Indian wedding. In the past, Shehnai was a part of a nabat or traditional ensemble of 9 instruments found at royal courts. The credit goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. Music was in Bismillah Khan's blood. Bismillah belongs to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. His grandfather, father, and other paternal ancestors were also great Shehnai players. Bismillah was fascinated at watching his uncles practice the Shehnai. He started accompanying his uncle Ali Bucks and slowly he started getting lessons in playing the instrument and would sit practicing throughout the day. The following waters of the Ganga inspired him to put together and create ragas that were earlier considered to be beyond the range of the Shehnai. The bright future of Bismillah Khan. With the opening of the All India Radio in Lucknow in 1938 came Bismillah's big break. He soon became an often heard Shehnai player on radio. When India gained independence on 15th August 1947, he became the first Indian to greet the nation with his Shehnai. Film director Vijay Bhatt was so impressed after hearing him play at a festival that named a film after the instrument called Gunj Uti Shehnai. A renowned musician and a true Indian, Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to be invited to perform at the prestigious Lincoln Center Hall in USA. Due to his wonderful performance, he also got opportunity to perform in the World Exposition in Montreal, in the Cannes Arts Festival and in the Saqqara Trade Fair. He also became so well known internationally that an auditorium in Tehran was named after him, Tar Maski Istat Bismillah Khan. Because of his back-to-back hit performance, he was conferred national awards like the Padma Shri, the Padma Bhushan, and the Padma Vibhushan. In 2001, Ustad Bismillah Khan was awarded India's highest civilian award, the Bharat Ratna. He urged people to teach their children music and told music is Hindustan's richest tradition and said even the West is learning Indian music. Bismillah Khan is fondly called Khan Shah by the nation. In spite of having traveled all over the world, he was exceedingly fond of Banaras and Damran, and they remain the most wonderful towns of the world for him. Once one of his students wanted him to have Chennai school in the USA. He also promised to recreate the atmosphere of Benares by replicating the temples there for him. But Khan Shah asked him if he would be able to transport river Ganga as well. He was a true artist and a simple man who brought the instrument Chennai on the classical stage. She is the author of this prose, The Sound of Music. Her name is Deborah Cowley. She is an Ottawa-based writer and broadcaster. She has traveled the world while writing more than 100 articles for different editions of the Reader's Digest. She has been an on-air broadcaster for CBC Radio in Washington, D.C., and worked for CBC Television in London and Cairo, Egypt. She is the author of Cairo, a practical guide, now in its 17th edition, of Lucille Teasdale, Doctor of Courage, shortlisted for the Ottawa Book Award. With her husband, George Cowley, she wrote One Woman's Journey, a portrait of Pauline Vanier. She has been a member of Writers' Union of Canada since 2001. In the chapter, The Sound of Music illustrates how music binds people and is not limited to one person only. Music is a universal language that is loved and adored by people of different caste, creed, color, or race. So what we have learned in this chapter, we learn how music can bind us together and it is not limited to anyone as it is a universal language. Children, now let's move on to the word meaning. First one is a rush hour. The usual hours of going to office and returning from the office that causes crowd. Second one is jostle, push roughly, daunting, frightening, profoundly, completely, deteriorated, started to become poorer. See the next one, pursue, to carry on with one's interest in something. Next one is percussionist, a person who plays the tabla or drum, etc. Next one is last one is sheer, one lay. Sought after, one who is known for one's ability. Intriguing, fascinating and curious. Flawlessly, without a fault or mistake. Lilt, a way of speaking. Tingles, causes a slight pricking or stinging sensation. Workaholic, a person who finds it difficult to stop working. See the next one, generic name, a name given to a class or a group of whole. Revived, to get back to life or to use. Auspicious, promising to bring good fortune. Next one is indispensable, something that is an important part of anything. Ensemble, a group of things. Paternal ancestors, ancestors of the father.
Dear children, that's all about this chapter. I hope you would understand this chapter, and if you like this video, you just subscribe my channel and click the bell icon for the upcoming videos. We'll meet you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.